This video features footage of the 1967 offensive All-American team and details how their professional careers panned out. The Heisman Trophy winner, for instance, only threw one pass as a pro. However, Syracuse fullback Larry Csonka made the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Don't let his boyish looks fool you. He was 6'3" and 235 pounds of brute strength and determination. Against the Cal Bears, he rushed for a Syracuse single-game record of 204 yards. As a senior, he also set Syracuse single-season and career rushing records, which is very impressive since Jim Brown, Jim Nance, Ernie Davis, and Floyd Little finished their careers before Csonka did. He started his first two college games at linebacker before he was switched to fullback. In 1967, he finished in fourth place for the Heisman Trophy vote and was drafted 8th overall in the 1968 draft by the Miami Dolphins. At Csonka's retirement, he was 6th on the NFL's all-time rushing yardage list. In 1987, he was elected to Pro Football's Hall of Fame. O.J. Simpson was USC's star running back, and he finished in second place for the Heisman Trophy. He attended USC after transferring from a junior college named City College of San Francisco. In 1967, he led all Division I runners in rushing yards with 1,415. Simpson was spectacular as a pro and finished his career as the NFL's second leading all-time career rusher. His 2003 rushing yards in 1973's 14-game schedule stands as one of the greatest single seasons in NFL history. Another halfback had an even more remarkable 1967 season than Simpson, but his professional career could be deemed as a bust. Leroy Keyes was a two-way starter on offense and defense. Lafayette, Indiana is the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, and they've been playing football since 1892. Fans wanted the football in Keyes' hands as often as possible in 1967 because he averaged 98.6 rushing yards per game, scored 13 rushing touchdowns, and averaged 6.6 yards per carry. Keyes had 758 receiving yards, 6 receiving touchdowns, and an impressive 16.8 yards per reception. He was even 5 of 10 passing for 58 yards and 3 touchdowns. He led all Division I schools in scoring. On defense against Notre Dame, he raced 95 yards with a fumble recovery. He also broke up this pass in an upset victory for Purdue, 28-21. Keyes was simply incredible in this game as he intercepted this Terry Hanratty pass to preserve the win. In 1967, Keyes set the Big Ten single-season scoring record, set Purdue's single-game rushing record with 225 yards versus Illinois, and set a Purdue single-game pass receiving record with 184 yards against Northwestern. As a junior in 1967, Keyes finished third in the Heisman vote. Purdue quarterback Bob Griese finished second in the Heisman vote in 1966, and in 1969, quarterback Mike Phipps, also of Purdue, finished second. In 1968, Keyes himself finished second and was selected with the third overall pick in 1969's draft by the Eagles. He played 2 years at running back, played 17 games and scored 3 touchdowns with 644 scrimmage yards. In 1971, he was switched to strong safety, started 28 games and intercepted 8 passes. In 1973, he was traded to the Chiefs, switched back to running back, and touched the ball 3 times for -5 yards. And that was that. UCLA's Gary Beban was a complete quarterback who was a pinpoint passer, strong runner, and smart play caller. He won the 1967 Heisman Trophy by 246 votes over the second-place finisher O.J. Simpson. Although his smallish 6-foot, 195-pound frame wasn't ideal for a quarterback, his ability to effectively roll out and spot open receivers downfield was a plus. He played brilliantly at Penn State and commanded a 17-15 win. However, despite his elusive running against USC, UCLA lost by 1 point as Beban played through a painful rib injury. On this play, Beban contributed a textbook block to spring Greg Jones into the end zone. The Los Angeles Rams admired his strong arm and drafted him in the 1968 second round, but traded his draft rights to the Washington Redskins for a future number 1 draft pick. His 2-year NFL career was far less than impressive. Penn State University tight end Ted Kwalick had fine size at 6 foot 4 inches and 230 pounds. An All-American in 1967, he finished 4th in the 1968 Heisman Trophy balloting. Against Syracuse, he caught 3 passes for 119 yards and a touchdown. He demonstrated rugged running and had surprising speed for a large tight end in that era. Kwalick played 9 NFL seasons, made 3 straight Pro Bowl teams, and made first-team All-Pro in 1972. Junior flanker Ron Sellers gave defenses fits with his large size, 6 foot 4 inches and 195 pounds, combined with fine leaping ability. He was the 6th overall draft pick in 1969 and made the AFL All-Star squad as a rookie. In 5 pro seasons, he caught 112 passes, 18 for touchdowns, and sported an excellent 19.5 yards per catch. Alabama head coach Paul Bear Bryant said Dennis Homan was the greatest receiver in Alabama football history after the 1967 season. He not only had a variety of great moves that allowed him to get open, but he also had superior speed and was appropriately nicknamed Roadrunner. To top things off, he was also an academic All-American. The Cowboys drafted him 20th overall in 1968, and through the 1972 season, he only caught 37 passes for 2 touchdowns. He hooked up with the World Football League's Birmingham Americans in 1974, who became the Vulcans in 1975, and he was one of the league's top receivers during that time. USC tackle Ron Yary was a holdover as an All-American from the 1966 season. At 6'5" and 260 pounds, he was a rampaging blocker who helped to spring O.J. Simpson on lots of long runs. He was the first overall lineman to be drafted first overall when that happened in 1968. He was named to 6 consecutive first-team All-Pro designations while with the Vikings, and during a 10-year stretch from 1970 through 1979, he started every game. He played 15 NFL seasons and is a Hall of Famer. The University of Georgia supplied the other All-American tackle, Edgar Chandler. Although he was 6'3" tall, he only weighed 222 pounds. Yet when Georgia was near their opponent's goal line, they typically ran his way due to his textbook blocking technique. He was extremely quick at the snap of the ball, too. In 1968, Bills drafted Chandler in the 4th round and converted him to linebacker. In 6 pro seasons, he intercepted 2 passes, recovered 3 fumbles, had 2.5 sacks, returned an interception for a touchdown, and scored 1 safety. The University of Tennessee band had plenty of noise to make during 1967 when their center finished in 6th place for the Heisman Trophy. Bob Johnson was an unusually large center at 6'5" and 245 pounds. He displayed relentless determination and would commonly block downfield that would allow for longer runs from scrimmage. He became the Bengals' first ever draft pick in 1968 and made the AFL All-Star team. He played 12 pro seasons, and in a 10-year stretch he started 136 out of 140 games. Rich Stoddard was one of the All-American guards. The Houston Cougars played their home games in the 8th wonder of the world, the Houston Astrodome. Rich Stoddard was known as a lightning-quick blocker that was aided by his 6', 225-pound stature. He was very adept at trap blocking and pulling. Stoddard was Houston's 14th round draft pick in 1968. He played 3 games as a linebacker, and that was it for his professional football career. While the 1967 Clemson Tigers only had a 6-win and 4-loss team, they did have the other All-American guard. Harry Olszewski was stout at 5'11", 245 pounds, and he packed a wallop. Yary was a terrific pulling guard due to his quick lateral movement. In 1968, he played for the Las Vegas Cowboys and the Alabama Hawks of the Professional Football League of America. In 1969 and 1970, he played in the Canadian Football League for the Montreal Alouettes and was a Grey Cup champion in 1970.